This should work. This should work right here. This should work. I changed devices. I don't know what's going on my phone, but this should work. My phone, yeah, there was no sound coming out of it. There's no Bluetooth or nothing. Um, so we'll see how this works. But this don't have nothing to do with the phone, so there should be actual sound. Let's see how this works. I haven't did this off the laptop in a minute. The step StreamYard, right? So right now, let me just start off by saying this. Like I was saying this before, right? Y'all could watch the replay or whatever. Pretty Eyes, the homie Jordan, my homie Mikey. Those are the three fans I'm going to give shout out from the Chiefs Kingdom. I have personal relationships with them over YouTube. Those are the homies. Those are the friends. Those are the family, right? So this is not directed towards any of them three. And if any of them three pop in, just know, it's just fun trash talk. Don't personalize it. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say this. So the tides have turned, right? I can hear you now. Yeah, I had to go on a whole different device, my homie. And that other device was pissing me off because I'm like, bro, why I can't, like I was using it earlier. So I got a little bit of time to kill. I got to go to work here in a minute. And I'm just wasting time right now. So I said, let me hop on this because I seen some funny shit on Twitter. And right now, as we speak, Chief fans, this is so new to Chief fans, right? They are in so disarray of not going to the playoffs, bro. You understand? Like, I know some of you fools don't even watch football. You guys are from the great city of Denver, right? And your energy is not in football. Not surprising. I'm not tripping off all that. But you got to understand, in Kansas City, right? In Kansas City, they don't have nothing else because Kansas City is basically this little area that everything over there is about the Chiefs. Everything. I'm talking about every aspect, homie. That's their entertainment. They don't have a lot of stuff going on in Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas, right? So Chiefs football, because it's so little, like the whole city, basically, you know what I'm saying? Now, especially. They get on a football season and they're just so embedded into the aspect of football. It's not like Denver. There's a lot of stuff going on in Denver. So not everybody in the Denver metro is into the sport. And since Peyton Manning and since Broncos country hasn't won the division, the Chiefs overtook the division, right? So they got this aspect where they won the division so much and they won Super Bowls, they feel like they're entitled to winning. It was just like when the Broncos were going to Super Bowls with Peyton Manning. It was entitlement because after we got rid of Peyton Manning, the Broncos didn't go back to the playoffs, so the Bronco fans didn't know how to act, right? So now, as we're viewing and we're seeing in a real time, the Chief fans do not know what to do with themselves, bro. They are having a meltdown on Twitter. Talk about tantrums, bro. They're crying about every aspect of Chief football. They're saying fire Andy Reid and get rid of Patrick Mahomes, and they are literally going crazy over there. Now, there's a couple Chief fans that I seen. And I'm stumbling on Twitter going to see what's going on for tomorrow's game. We got a game, Broncos country, and the Broncos and the Chiefs battle on Christmas, right? And they know that there's not really an opportunity for the Chiefs to win because both their first stringer and their second stringers out in the quarterback aspect, that they're beat up. So Broncos is probably about to take this game, right? And a lot of them fools are dreading it. And I seen a couple different accounts, basically accounts that live out here. They're saying they're in the city of Denver. They're not taking this new success of Broncos country well. They are, since the Broncos are up, they're just bashing the fans like, bro, these Bronco fans, they're out of control, and all they did is come out the woodwork, and everywhere we go, they're a nuisance, and they're unbearable. Let me ask you this, homie, to the Chief fans, bro. What did you think? What did you actually think? You thought the Broncos were going to turn up and be good, and Bronco fans were not going to state their excitement and let you know who's running the division, that you fell off the face of the earth, and Bronco fans are on top of the whole division? Did you actually think Bronco fans were going to be quiet? Did you actually think Bronco fans were going to be nice to you? Because for the whole time frame of you having Patrick Mahomes and going to these Super Bowls, you do understand you put a target on your back just because your arrogance, just because you thought you were entitled, just because you thought you were the greatest show on earth since football started. Football didn't just start in 2017. Football has been created since the 60s and 50, bro. And you guys acted like you did something more than any other team. Even these dynasties, you guys thought that you guys did something way better. And now you're faced with reality, homie. All shit has crumbled and your ride has wrecked into a wall and you don't have no way up because it's not getting better whatsoever. And this is what I asked to the Quee fans. This is what I asked to all Chief fans out there, bro. Why do you think that anybody should show you guys grace? Why do you think anybody in the NFL, this whole NFL world, should crumble at your feet and show you grace and show you pity? You guys understand the arrogance of you guys has caused this big ass toxicness on your back, and you deserve everything that comes with it. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear the crying. Because you wasn't crying when Bronco fans had a lot of injuries, right? You guys cried. You guys were laughing at the aspect of Broncos country having all these injuries. And now that the Chiefs are going through a disarray and you guys are off the tracks, you guys want us to have pity? This is the aspect of everything, bro. Like, it's mind-blowing to me how these fools, the tides have turned, and we're hearing how the Chief fans are crying about every aspect that comes with being a bad team. You guys are a bad team right now. That's not our fault. You're a bad team. That's your team's fault. You had opportunities the whole year, but you couldn't even handle the flame when it was lit for you. You guys fumbled every ounce of the season. And we're supposed to be nice to you? Are you serious? You made the target on your back. You guys talk reckless for years to every fan base out there. You guys had the arrogance worse than Patriot fans. The arrogance, bro. You guys came off so arrogant, and now it's crumbling in your face, and you don't know how to deal with this shit, but crumble and cry? You're in Denver, Colorado, and you're crying about Bronco fans and how we're scumbags. This is what these dudes were saying. Douchebags and scumbags, Bronco fans walking around here, arrogant it up. We have a right. We're on top of the division. You don't have a right to even be at the throttle and talk to us about football right now. You're the bottom of the barrel. You're not even in second place. You're in third place, almost at the quality of the Raiders right now. And you're lucky the Raiders pretty much lost all them games because you might be last place in the division. Let's be serious. Let's be real. And this is not to you, Jordan. This is to 80% of the Chiefs fan base, the fraudulent ass frauds, homie. Because that's what it is. It's not to you, pretty eyes. I got love for you guys as real fans. But this is the thing. You're in Denver, Colorado, bro, and you're talking about how bandwagon the Bronco fans were over since Peyton Manning, how fair weather, how we were running scared with our tails took. You understand, homie? This is the thing. Every team that goes through misery, homie, fans, they're going to support. But what the fuck you going to talk about, homie, if your team's bad? They're not like me where they're going to rep. That just goes for all fan bases. A lot of fan bases, bro, when there's bad football being played, what can you actually talk about? Of course, you're going to have a lot of fans that are depressed. That's not making a statement. Of course, you're going to have a lot of fans that don't even want to talk football. What are you talking about? Of course, that's just common sense, bro. Every fan base takes a hit when you start losing, right? Now, this is the thing. Because you called out all the Bronco fans and said every Bronco fan was scared and bandwagon and fair weather. You live in the city of Denver. Homie, first and foremost, let me tell you something. After Peyton Manning retired, attendance in the Broncos Stadium didn't go down till almost the seventh year of the same shit every single year. Our attendance didn't go down. Yes, that seventh and eighth year, attendance plummeted because everybody was so sick of year in, year out, the same old thing. We got promises every single year that things would change, and nothing changed. So, of course, your attendance is going to go down. Of course, nobody wants to see that bullshit ass product on the field. But it don't take away from our sellout streaks. It don't take that we have one of the longest sellout streaks in the league since 1970. It don't take that you can't even get season tickets out here unless you get put on a list that's 14 years to see if you get qualified. 62,000 people on the list before me to just be seen. We got one of the longest sellout streaks in the NFL. And Bronco fans showed up year after year after year, right? You give 7, 8 years, of course your attendance is going to fall. You went to some games and that pretty much some of the stadium was empty, of course. But I ask you this, and this is the reality, this is the truth. You just came off a dynasty, bro. And this is not to the other Chief fans, bro, because I don't want it to be attack on the real ones. I'm just asking questions. You guys came off a dynasty. You guys were running the AFC West since Peyton Manning was gone. It's been 1 year you're not in the playoffs and your attendance already went down. You already selling tickets for $30 at your stadium. That would never happen with the Broncos organization, homie. I'm just sorry to tell you this. You got tickets. I was about to go to the game, homie, for $30 a ticket. Your literally attendance has dropped so much. And you guys just came off a dynasty, bro. When we talk about fair weather, since you want to talk about Bronco fans being fair weathers, that's really being fair weather. You guys are straight off a dynasty. There's no excuse for your attendance to drop so fast. That's why people say the fan base of the Chiefs are fraudulent, homie. And I don't take that. I'm not saying that all the Chiefs are fan bases fraudulent, but you look at that shit. It doesn't matter. You guys are 1 year out of playoff contention. When you guys were still fighting for a playoff spot, there was fans leaving your games early with an opportunity for you guys to win. That's fair weather because it shows that your fans are only rocking when you are on top of everything. It doesn't show the real sportsmanship of this kingdom. That's why I always said the fans in Chiefs kingdom, the ones that I've met, even living out there, they're not like the spirit of Broncos country, bro. I was out there. I lived in Kansas City, Missouri. I went to work in Kansas City, Kansas. I was rocking throughout that whole city from Nob Hill all the way to Prospect, all the way to the plaza. I used to work at the Amazon in Kansas City, Kansas and work, homie, all throughout your city, 2030s, everything, bro. In 2014, 15, 16, whenever. In the Chiefs spirit at that time, it's not like you couldn't even get Chiefs fans to even talk to me. They were not rowdy. They were not arrogant. They were more humble than anything. But it was not like they had all this spirit. You know what they had the spirit for? The Royals out there, bro. A lot of fans out there were Royal fans, not Chief fans. Now, of course, when the city blows up, you're going to have a big fluctuation of fans. But to act like Colorado and Denver is just this, it was just a big ass fair weather thing because you're living in the city limits and you can't take the trash talk, obviously, now because Bronco fans are being too mean to you. You're in city of Denver. What did you expect? Did you think everybody was going to be nice to you? Did you think everybody was just going to pity because you're the Chiefs? We actually don't like the Chiefs now. You put a target on your back because your arrogance. So I hope you go through misery because if Bo Nix wins a Super Bowl, you're living out here. So yeah, you deserve all that shit. There's no reason to cry, oh, Bronco fans are mean, oh, this, oh, that. Well, it's not our fault. We didn't even have a hatred for the Chiefs for a long time because we didn't really run into Chief fans. Now we ran it. Since Peyton Manning, you got Chiefs fans out here. Don't even know nothing about Chiefs history. Just join the bandwagon and you're from here and you're a Chief fan and you're gonna argue with your home team's fans because you guys were winning Super Bowls and that's the team that you chose. You deserve all that misery, bro. You deserve to be depressed. And when the Broncos hold up that new trophy in your face, don't go running, because I know you're probably going to hop on the Broncos fan base. You're probably going to become a Bronco fan. That's the funny part. And there's no pity from me, because like you got Taylor Swift. You got these fools from the Swifties. They were acting like Chief fans also. That was a fraudulent ass thing called the bandwagon. Now, I'm not taking away from the faithful, because obviously there was real ones. But let's not act like the Chiefs had this big old fan base, bro, that was just miraculous, because that came all after the winning years, bro. When I was out there in 2015, homie, I would walk around your whole city Bronco down, homie. And there was Bronco fans all throughout that city. And Chief fans were there, but they were very humble. Them fools didn't talk shit to me. Them fools would always just, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's a good year. And I didn't see the spirit like there are now. I didn't see that real spark. I had to ask them where a draft party was. In the city of Denver, you know where the draft parties are, because this city turns up for draft parties. But out there, I couldn't even get where the draft parties was, because it wasn't really even a football town. Come on, Roddas. So that's the thing. You don't even know what to do with yourself. So now you're crying about how Bronco fans are mad, because you're not even talking about playoffs now. Now you want to cry about how the Bronco fans are being mean to you. Now you want to cry about how Bronco fans are being mean to you. Now you can't even talk about, oh, what we're going to do in the playoffs. So now you don't even know what to do with yourself. You don't know what to do with yourself. We fell flat on our faces. Every fan goes through that, pretty guys. I understand that. Every fan goes through that. I just think it's funny that a lot of Chief fans right now, this is new water to them. They don't know what to do with themselves. And now they're looking to argue about everything else but how bad their football team was. You're arguing to everybody else about every other subject, instead of arguing why your team just fell flat on their face. You're making every excuse, and you're trying to deflect why you guys suck. Chief fans are trying to gather up. Why? What just happened? And then the team that you didn't want to climb to the top. This is the thing. The team that you didn't want to climb to the top, because you could have took Chargers climbing to the top. You could have took the Raiders climbing to the top. But let's be real. Kansas City Chiefs have always had it out. Every Chief fan that I ever talked to that been a part of the AFC West, they just despise the Broncos, because the Broncos ran this shit forever. And this is the team that has climbed to the top, and you have to hold that out, because you didn't want the Broncos to climb to the top because of how much winning you already seen from previous years. That 50 plus years of not winning anything, the Broncos were winning a lot of things, and you have to face the fact that that team right there, the one that held this division down for so long, is back on top. You cannot fathom that shit. You cannot take it. You don't know how to digest it, and it's barely starting, bro. Because let's be real. We don't even know if Patrick Mahomes is ever going to come back the same. You don't know how he's going to come back off the injury, and that's your savior. That's the reality. He could rehab all he wants. We know fools that don't ever come back from them injuries. So if you don't have that Patrick Mahomes comfort blanket, you're never going to reach success again. And that's a hard pill to swallow. He's gone. Like, he might never come back. You guys are putting all your eggs in a basket for this dude to come back and be the same Patrick Mahomes. You don't even know this. So if you lose that guy, this is crazy. You might never be there again. And it's not hating. It's just me just being truthful with you. And you don't know how to deal with that. The sad part about it, Purdy Eyes is still going to be here. Jordan's still going to be here. Mikey's still going to be here. Look, they're in my chat right now. We know they have presence. They still have pride. I respect that to the fullest. But where's all them other Chief fans? They disappeared. None of them fools come out. Every Chief fan that was going at me over these last years, bro, on a regular, they came in, they're nowhere. Where are, because I haven't seen a sign of these dudes. That's how I know how fraudulent these dudes are, bro. Yeah, fraudulent, fake, frauds. They came in for the last 4 or 5 years talking every time I would talk about Broncos. You would see them representing the Chiefs and talking how bad the Broncos were, but there's no signs of these dudes no more. They went under a rock. And that's why I stay on these dudes' helmet, because it's like, bro, you bring all that energy when Broncos were down, right? Yo ass don't even have the balls to come out when you don't have the balls to come out when the Chiefs are bad. At least I come out when the Broncos are bad. You'll see my face. I'll come and be sad on camera. I'll put it out there. You fools don't even show your face. You fools don't even show your face, and you guys are, don't nobody even know who you are. You're an account with no profile pic, and you still can't come out and show your pride. That shit is lame. I come out regardless, homie. I'm out here regardless, even if the Broncos are bad. It might not be a good look, but I'm going to still tell you, homie, like, I ride, win, lose, draw. It doesn't matter. I'm coming out Broncoed up, and I'm going to tell you, it's still Broncos country, bro. You fools, your team, fools be going at the sign of diversity and just setbacks. You fools will disappear, homie. And it's that real with me, because I just seen this big old thing, bro, on Twitter. These fools were so triggered by Bronco fans. It's your team's fault. It's not even Bronco fans, bro. It's your team's fault. You guys suck. Chiefs fans, it's your team's fault. You guys suck. It's not Bronco fans' fault. We're just reminding you how much you suck. We're just reminding you how much you suck. You are third in the division, bro. You are almost last, dead last. And you think we're supposed to have pity? Man, stomp them fools out, everybody. Piss on their fools' grave, because they pissed on everybody's grave. And I'm not even going to bring up the ref aspect. I mean, we had to deal with the refs. I'm not even going to talk about that. That's a whole different conversation. And these fools knew, like, this is the crazy part. These fools knew how blatant shit was going, because Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback. But they wanted to act like it wasn't happening. They just wanted to act like the Chiefs were just this juggernaut and nothing else was upon us, working against every other team. That shit is wild. So yeah. Hell yeah. Stop crying about that shit. Pick up your big girl panties. Stop crying about that shit. Because you have to deal with other teams in the division being better than you. And the teams are only getting better. So the future might not look bright. You guys might be in a whole rebuild. Everything about you is rebuilding right now, because you're losing Travis Kelce. You're losing key players. Patrick Mahomes might not be the same, and you have to deal with that. You have to deal with that aspect. It's not coming. It's not tomorrow you wake up from a dream. Tomorrow you're not waking from a dream. It's the reality. That's how the NFL switched on you. Boom. You thought y'all could be on top forever. There's no being on top of this NFL game forever. And you had to hand over the reins to almighty Broncos country. And I'll even say it to this dude. You had to hand over the reins to even the Chargers, because they're above you. They're fighting for the AFC West, not the Chiefs. Did you think that these teams were just going to allow you to dog walk us for the rest of your lives? Nah, that's not how this works. That's not how it works, buddy. You better take that loss and just know that the future don't seem bright for Chiefs Kingdom. You got to understand that, digest that shit. The faster you just come to realization that there's other teams running this shit, the faster you'll be okay. The faster you'll be okay. And I had to, but I want to make this clear. Don't ever, and this is not, and I got love for all the real fans. So please, the Chief fans that I love, man, don't take anything personally. But I want to say this. Don't ever compare the Chiefs fan base to Broncos fan base. Don't ever. There's levels to this franchise shit and this fan base shit, bro. Broncos country historically is in like the top 5 for the best fans ever in sports. You understand that? In sports. And it's not just because I'm saying this, receipts. There's receipts. Consistent sellouts, bro. Broncos are like in the top 2 of the longest sellout streaks in the NFL consistently. Do you know what that even means? That means that the Bronco fans, regardless the bad years, the years that they're not good, the good years, they're gonna still support. That's one big reason why there was never no change, is because even when the Broncos were down, it doesn't matter if you say the attendance, not 80% of that stadium is going to be filled. People are still going to come to the stadium, even in the bad years. People are still going to travel and invade other teams' stadium, even in the bad years. And it doesn't just go to the sellout streets, it goes to the season ticket waiting list, bro. You got to be on a waiting list. Like, you other fans don't even understand this. You have to be actually on a waiting list to get season tickets out here. You can't just get them. You are like, Green Bay Packers have a longer waiting list than us, but Broncos country is like the second longest waiting list for season tickets. Other franchises, you can just go get season tickets because there's not really a want for it. People don't want to pay all that money to go see these teams. So that alone is receipts to show you could never compare and contrast these fan bases, bro. You could never compare and contrast. And yes, and I'm going to be real with you on this too. There is a lot of numbnuts. There's a lot of weirdos. And there's a lot of fools that sometimes I'll be like, you're suspect Bronco fan that make up this fan base. A lot of them. A lot of them. Pessimistic, don't have no heart. I'll admit that. I've done seen it since Peyton Manning. The Bronco fans, a lot of Bronco fans, bro, just lost their heart. But it doesn't take away from support. It doesn't take away from how the fans support the squad. And I call them fools out too. Like, I don't care if you say you're a Bronco fan or not either. I'm going to call your ass out too. Because y'all became a big black eye on what this fan base was. The real fans of the old school wouldn't never accept that shit. They wouldn't never accept that shit. Barrel Man and all them fools from the South Standards, bro, they ain't never going to accept that shit. And there's been a lot of infiltrating for sure since Peyton Manning. A lot of infiltrating on the fan base and fools acting like they're real Bronco fans, but really don't know shit about the team. And they just came over here since Peyton Manning. Yeah, that's a black eye on the fan base for sure. But even before the bandwagon of Peyton Manning, bro, this fan base, the support it had for Broncos country was superior to a lot of fan bases. That's the reality. Have a great holiday, Chad. You know what it is, Big Ride. Happy holidays, fam. That's the reality, Rada. That's the reality. You can't take none because there's receipts on that. That's the truth. And I'm gonna stand firm on that in connection. But Chief fans, bro, and this is the last I'm gonna speak about it. Get used to this. Get used to this. Because it's going down for years. You got Bo Nix. You got Bo Nix at the helm of shit. You got Bo Nix at the helm of shit. He's coming. Expect it. I don't care about last week. We needed that. I don't care. This is a new week. We're gonna dominate and stomp these Chief boys out tomorrow for holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas. We're gonna stomp out the Chiefs and we're gonna get ready for this run. And I want the Chiefs fans to get used to seeing this aspect, because even if Patrick Mahomes comes back and he's actually he's good again, right? You still got to battle. You're still going to have to battle Broncos country. You're still going to have war on your head. And from what I know, Broncos country and Bo Nix can go toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. From what I've seen, they're capable, definitely. So that right there don't scare nobody no more. That right there, it's just another day at the business, another day on the job. God bless you, mommy. God bless you. I hope you have a good holidays tomorrow. I just had to be direct. I just had to tell the homies what it was. I just have to be real, homie. I can't hold this in no more. I had a lot of frustration for many years. I had a lot of frustration over this Broncos team in the division. I had a lot of craziness in my mind, like, damn, bro, these fools is not making the city look good. That's all in the past. That's all in the past. We don't have to deal with that shit no more. Good fruits, good future coming out. A good aspect coming, Rotters. Now let's see. Let's see what the homies say. Let's read over some of the comments, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, pretty eyes. I know what I want for Christmas and ain't coming true. Yeah. My family, how? Yeah, that's what's up, Rada. I can take the trash talk. That's the thing is, bro, we know the homies. We know the homies could take the trash talk. That's why I mess with you. You guys don't get personal, but homie, these fools was having full-on tantrums. These dudes were having tantrums on X. Like, bro, Bronco fans they must be doing their job. See, I don't be on X too much, but Bronco fans must be doing their job on X, bro. They must be just giving them a taste of their own medicine. They must be giving them a taste of their own medicine, and the Chief fans do not know how to deal with that. The Chief fans are down and out. No, they actually did it, because you know why? Them fools are cowards. You understand that, big Darren? Them dudes is cowards. Them dudes ain't gonna answer the call. They don't want smoke. They never wanted smoke. These fools ran from all the smoke. Even when they had the upper hand, they still didn't want the smoke. You think they're coming out to have smoke when they don't have no narrative? If they ran from smoke, because I done let these, I actually did, I did a live stream and told these fools to come up, and they were playing like they didn't know what I was talking about. And then they said, "Oh, let's do it on my channel." The channel didn't even have no traction whatsoever. Why would I go to your channel, give your channel some shine, just to have a debate? If you don't come from the old generation of Broncos country, bro, you cannot have a debate with me. I don't care how knowledgeable you think and how much film study you have, and you think you're an analyst. Obviously, you're not doing good at being an analyst, because you haven't made it. There's no receipts of you ever being successful with your analyzing the game. You're breaking down this footage that everybody can break down. You're not telling us anything we don't know. But I almost promise you, there's in whatever you say, your Phantom could never be on the level of Sev Cisneros. I was born third generation Bronco fan in this bitch. I am Broncos country, homie. I don't know how many times I got to tell people, if there was actually a symbol for what Broncos country a fan is, bro, there's the Barrel Man, the Orange Vader, there's Savage Sev. I come from that lineage of real Broncos country, bro. Not just a fan that just chose, let's just be a Bronco fan. Nah, homie. If I could have been born at the stadium, I would have. That's how much this DNA. And I told my wife to bury me at the Broncos stadium when it's done. So If you can't tell me the history and you don't know about the petitions and this Broncos team about to leave the city of Denver and the fans had to get a petition to keep it, and you don't even know that history, bro, don't talk to me about what Broncos country is. You couldn't even tell me the streets that the stadium's at. You don't even know the neighborhood the Broncos stadium's at. And a shame on you if you don't know that, because that's a historical neighborhood. It's deep. You couldn't even tell me where Colfax and Fed's at. When I say that, you don't even know what that even means. Come on, Rada. I've been doing this shit since I was, what, 5 years old, and we were already embedded in the Broncos community at 5. You know why? Because all my family was Bronco fans before that. I used to come and watch games, and I'll be like, what the hell are you fools crying for? Because the Broncos, you know how that shit got into my bloodstream. I literally blew smoke, like boom. That shit embedded the potion, homie. Early age. I'm talking about 5 years old, already emotionally embedded in this game of Broncos country. But that's when we had the real South Standard fans, the ones that didn't care if you lost or won the game. The Broncos fans would get behind the team even after a loss and still be there, homie. Not none of this shit. We barely won and you're crying about a win. Come on, Rada. Back in the day, it didn't matter how you won. It was about winning. But now everybody wants to be little whore stat whores, fantasy football. Bro, get the hell out of here. Man, you don't even know who the original 7 was, bro. You talking about John Elway, homie. Trying to tell me who the hell is the real history. You don't even know who the original quarterback before the Elway era was. And you trying to tell me you can't even name the years that the Broncos went to the Super Bowls. You don't even know who Bobby Humphrey is. You don't even know who the Three Amigos is. You don't even know who Randy Gradishaw is. Come on, Rada. Dennis Smith. If you can't tell me the best duo in Broncos history, the best duo back there, and you can't name both of the players that were back there, homie, don't talk about Bronco football with me and try to enlighten me with your knowledge, because it will never work. It will never work. You see that right there? Yeah. Put it together. Why do they call me 7, bro? Because man, who's the legendary 7, bro, out here that bring the Broncos a Super Bowl, homie? They used to say I look like that fool too, man. Hell yeah, bro. I remember chilling at the old stadium as a kid way back in the day. These fools don't even know where that stadium is, my brother. These fools don't even know. And you gonna call it Bronco Nation too, bro? That's where you get your fan card took. Don't ever say Broncos Nation. These fans be saying Broncos Nation. That's such a disrespect to the Broncos fans, bro. The real Bronco fans. It's never been nation. It will always be Broncos country. As soon as you say Bronco Nation, you get outside of that box, homie. Don't come and try to even tell me, oh, I apologize. You better know your literature. You better know the real scripts. Because it's never been nation, homie. We don't do nation. That's the Raiders, bro. The original Raiders is the nation. It's not, and I'm sorry to tell everybody else, and I'm not going to get too depth into this, but there's no other nation, homie, but the Raiders nation. So everybody else that says Steelers nation and Cowboy nation and bro, there's none of that. Yeah, they deserve to move. Good. Misery. And I heard them fools crying about that too. They deserve to move the stadium. Yeah. They want a dynasty and they're moving. That's why, you know what I'm saying? They don't even respect the fans out there, bro. So yeah, that's what we talking about. I hate that nation word, bro. That's how honestly, after the Peyton Manning shit, bro, that's how I could depict and separate the real fans from the fake, homie. If you say Bronco Nation, I'm just automatically gonna say you're a bandwagon. If you say Bronco Nation to me, I'm gonna say, bro, did you come on the Peyton Manning bandwagon? Where the hell was Bronco Nation? Where did we do that at? Where did we do that at? You say that back in the day in the 90s, bro, Bronco Nation, you might get slapped up by the OG super fans. Let you say Nation with the old fan base, bro. They might slap you up off a GP for saying Bronco Nation. Come on, dude. Yeah, they're going to Kansas City, Kansas, bro. It's not a must win, Rada. Man, we got to stop doing this, Shy. It's not a must win, but they are going to win. It's not a must win, though, but they need to win. We're in the playoffs. What is you, man? What is you talking about, Rada? Shy. I'm on one, bro. Don't come in here with the shenanigans because me and you are going to start arguing. First and foremost, if the Broncos were outside of the playoffs, I would say it's a must win, right? And you're my little brother, and I'm going to have to go hard on you right now because you be saying some of the random shit, bro. It's not a must win because we're already in the playoffs, homie. We clinched a long time ago. We clinched. You understand? We're already in the playoffs. It's not a must win. But in order to get the AFC West, the division, the number one seed, we got to win. But the Chiefs, they're not a factor. We will win that game. We will win that game. We're going to go stomp them dudes. Yeah, stop, Shy, because me and you are going to have a timeout. You ain't going to be able to even call my phone because you be saying the season's over and the playoffs, we're one and done. I don't want to hear that because you know, I'm not going to say this, but you come off as one of them pessimistic fake fans I'm talking about, Shy, and I don't want to be mean, but you got to stop doing that, OG. You're too old for this. You got a Bronco tattoo. There's never no time to give up on the Broncos, bro. And you can't just talk to me about that because I'm going to remind you, homie, like, you better take that fake shit away from me, homie. And I'm sorry to say it like that, bro, but I don't want to see them text no more. Don't text my phone. The season's over. Jay don't want to see them text no more. The season's over. It's not over. We already clinched. You get it? All right. Hope you understand that, big bro. Don't get put in the yeah, I love my bro. I love Shy. He's one of the more dedicated Bronco fans, but this fool it'll be a one loss and he'll be like, we're done for 3 to 4 years. We're in a rebuild. It's over. That's how Shy works. I got a Bronco anthem out there. I got a big Bronco anthem. I got 2 of them, my homie. I got 2 of them. Go check. I'll send them to you. I'll DM them to you, Brody. I got you. Nah, I love Shy, bro. No, you know me, Shy. I have to give you some hassle, bro, because you always be depressing me. You'll call me, you'll hit my text message and I'll get depressed because of what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to uplift your brother, Shy. You supposed to be one of me. You supposed to be the homie. Football guru, football knowledge. They know you as football knowledge. Rice said, relax. Relax, Shy. We're trying to be brother's keeper, man. He probably got off the live, bro. If you're still there live, if you're still on the live, bro, shoot me 100, Shy. I'm not being mean to you, brother. I'm not. I'm just amped up right now, bro. I got coffee going through my system. I'm ready to go out and do another workout. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind me, man. But there we go, Shy. I know you don't get mad at your big bro, homie. But we got to start representing in a rightful manner, man. It's not over. It's not over till the fat lady sings. You know what I'm saying? They try to count us out, my brother. These Charger fans are already saying it's over. Let's not say it's over with them. Let's not agree with the Charger fans. Yeah, so back to the homie, what he was asking. Yeah, man, then Mile High View went ghost. Bubble Boy went ghost. Mile High Bubble went ghost. Corey went ghost. All their fans went ghost. And it's sad because their fans, their subscribers, bro, are like, when are you coming back with a video? And they don't have no answers, bro. They don't have no answers for their subscribers. Corey, he disappeared. Where's Corey? Corey ain't even been around no more. That's sad, bro. That's sad. Corey done disappeared. He used to come on my shit, spamming my shit. Where's Corey been? Corey's nowhere to be found. Because after a while, you have to just kind of just say, okay, man, these dudes know what they're talking about. You can't fight it no more. It's a virus that you don't have an antidote to it, young men. You don't have an antidote to it, young man. This is an OG schooling you dudes. This is an OG telling you you are going to get clipped one day and it's going to be bad for you. And exactly what happened, I told them fools, if you keep going this, I tell the other fools, if you keep going down this road, you're going to end up in the penitentiary. I told them dudes, you keep going and putting these fake narratives and thinking you know more than every other Bronco fan and everything that Sean Payton does, you think you know, you're going to actually put yourself in a wreck where you're going to have to leave YouTube. And I predicted that shit. Now they're done. I was the end of their career. Bo Nix helped me though. They're not on the air. You guys can actually go look at Mile High View and go tell me the last time they uploaded content. You know when they uploaded content? It was like the time the Broncos lost. And they just vanished. That's coward. That's a coward in the making. You gonna run? You gonna tuck your tail? How you gonna tuck your tail? You're gonna sit with your legs crossed like a woman? No testosterone, no heart. They didn't even have enough. They're not even man enough to say, hey, I was wrong. We were wrong. We give you your credit. I told them many times, you guys were right about that shit. But they couldn't even be man enough to say, hey, I was wrong. After all the venom and all the spew that they said at Broncos. They couldn't even say, Sev, you were right. You were right about this. You actually said what was going to take place. They didn't want to give credit when it was supposed to be given. And I was wrong about many things. And I always gave them their credit. They used my face in a video. They done put my videos and reacted to my videos. And they badmouthed me every chance they could. So that's why when you hear this, bro, it's not coming from me just hating. These dudes badmouthed me for years. They would do videos and literally talk and throw shots at me. And I sat back like, damn, homie, that's how you're doing it? They won the battle in a lot of them battles because the Broncos were not backing me up. But they didn't win the war because they're not here no more. They got extinct, eliminated. Wowzer. Shout out to all you guys, man. But yeah, I'll leave you with that because what time is it? 1:18. I'm gonna be going to pick up Grams here in a minute. But I'll leave it with that, and I'm gonna say this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, man. Broncos country, salute to everybody. Let's get this win tomorrow. We're going to set it off with these Charger boys next week. We got a pouring game next week. We're going to set it off. Everybody be turned up. AFC West title coming to Broncos country. We got to speak that shit into existence. Because right now, the Chargers fans, they're feeling their self because Bo Nix hasn't beat Herbert, right? We almost beat him this year. But the Charger fans think that the Charger fans really think we're giving these fools the division, y'all. They really, in their minds, think that Broncos are going to give these fools the division. In their minds, their hearts tell them this. Basically, they're saying that we don't have a chance against Herbert at Mile High. I beg to differ, and the boys will be ready. But tomorrow, we feast on Chiefs. Tomorrow, Merry Christmas to everybody. I probably won't be doing that for tomorrow. I'm going to be holidayed up. But Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you guys all have a blessed holidays. And 2026, we're counting down the days to 2026. Hey, it's going to be a good-ass year, man. We got a good year. We got a good year of a new beginning with the Box State Business. Y'all go sub up to the homie right here, Box State Business channel, man. We're going to get that up and running. A lot of content about to be pushed out. And I hope everybody has a good leading up to 2026, man. Let's go. Box State Business, Mile High salute. And until the next one, man. You know the logo. Y'all be good, homie.